What's up, everybody? It's your boy Devness45. We are back with another caffeine with the stream. Only no caffeine because I'm snowed in. I can't go get my drink yet. The neighborhood roads aren't plowed. I would get stuck in those roads in the neighborhood. Wouldn't get very far. Good morning to everybody. I'm going to get this shared out real quick. Again, we're doing this a day early. We usually do this on Sunday mornings, but we're doing this a day early because, again, I'm going to be busy at a hotel and checking out and whatnot, so not going to be able to do what I need to do for you guys. So I'm going to bring it to you today. You guys can hit me up, DMs, questions, what have you. Have anything tomorrow morning with pending news, etc. Let me get this shared out real quick. Oh. All right. Venus. All right. Lines pulled up real quick. Day. That. At the Draftkings. FanDuel. All right, guys. Couple things too. One of the services that I use, they're now using. We have a new optimizer called SaberSim. Tested the waters last night. Seems to be pretty cool. I've never really been an optimizer guy. Fantasy Cruncher does a similar thing, but there's a reason why they have SaberSim and his optimizer that's been created by him, because it's absolutely insane, taking up different things, posting the projections, exposures, the whole 9 yards. What you're seeing right here is basically what DraftKings has in their just optimal, and this is what you have in Fantasy Cruncher, be kind of cashy, and then SaberSim. This is like a GPP single entry, This is what optimized for that, and this is DraftKings, what it optimized. Which is kind of crazy. It's got a 2 tight end set as of right now, but whatever. It's all good, man. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna run with it. Let me get a contest up so we can go. What up, Cyclone? Dude, man, it's insane, bro. Absolutely insane here, my man. I can't even go out and get my dang drink, dude. Can't even go out and get my drink. Yet, thought I had, give me 1 second here. Alright. I'm singing in the rain. We'll get going in a second, dude. Sorry, I thought I had this all set. Guess I didn't. My bad. Alright. Still have green grass. Dang, lucky you, man. Stuck here. It stayed here. So. Alright, guys. We're going to go game by game like we always do. Appreciate you being in here, my guy. Anybody watching this later, I know it's kind of short notice. I hinted that I was going to do this on Saturday, not Sunday. Didn't know because I was supposed to be going to get my sleeve tattoo finished up this morning. And I'm waiting the roads to plow, so we pushed it back an hour to see if that'll help. Hopefully that will, but still uncertain. So, all right, so we got the Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. Tannehill would be an interesting option if you're looking for something a little bit different. I'm not going to have him in any. I'm going to have 0% of him myself in any of my DFS lineups. Dontrell Hillard continues to do all right. He had a big run. Was it last week? I think it was. He had 131 yards rushing on 12 attempts because he had that big, you pull that 70, 80 yarder out of there, which is huge. That's awesome. I mean, it counts, right? But if you take that out, it's just a average, little, short, small day for him. So James Robinson, I don't mind against Tennessee. No Trevor Lawrence for me. Let me see if there's anyone else. Marvin Jones, Chenault's very athletic. He could make a big play at any time. The problem is Trevor Lawrence is still learning. Trevor Lawrence is getting mangled. Trevor Lawrence doesn't have the time in the pocket to be able to make any of those big plays or the time to actually get those throws in. So I always talk about Xing off certain games, eliminating games specifically, so you eliminate those players and pulling them out of your player pool. This is one that I would. The Raiders might smash, but Patty Mahomes is going to give me a lot of DFS points. Him, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce, Guns. Appreciate you being in here, my brother. I don't mind that. I'm not saying the Chiefs are going to win. Again, this is DFS. I don't care who wins or loses. I'm strictly going off of who's going to get me tons of points, who's going to rack up points fantasy-wise to get me to win money. That's all I care about, my man. That's all I care about. So I appreciate you, though, my brother. Good morning, man. Hope you have an awesome gun show tonight. I went live for a little bit last night because I was snowed in, getting this snowstorm. We got like 15 to 17 inches of snow. Can't go anywhere still. Can't even go get my damn coffee. Supposed to get my tattoo finished up. My upper part of my sleeve finished, completed today. That's about an hour drive. I can't even get out of the neighborhood as of yet. They still haven't plowed. So, but yeah, hopefully we got the UFC tonight too. I'll be watching that while I got you on the phone. So, guys, make sure y'all get in there and check that out. So, Seattle and Houston. Seattle-Houston. I like the defense for Seattle here against Houston, obviously. Houston prone, not very good. They're very inconsistent with not really having a secure quarterback. Tyrod Taylor, when he comes in, he has like a good game, then he just plays like crap, right? I actually picked him up a few weeks back when he was starting again, and I think he got me like two total points in ESPN scoring or something. I mean, he is athletic, but it's not there. He's not even starting. Davis Mills is starting. So, with that being said, Davis Mills is prone. He's a rookie. He's going to get turnovers. That's why I like Seattle's defense. I do not mind Seattle's defense this week when you're building your DFS lineups. Anyone else that I really prefer here? I mean, Lockett, Metcalf, Wilson. I'm not a big fan of going towards them. I could see a stack here. Gerald Everett is about the extent of what I really like in this game besides the Seattle defense. And I think that he is just too cheap. But he's going to be more of a cash play, cash tight end play. So be careful. I'd probably almost be eliminating this game as well besides that defense and possibly Gerald Everett in a cash game. This is the one Jimmy wants to hear about. This is the one that Jimmy likes. Jimmy came in here. He saw my Chiefs hat, so he says Raiders are going to smash. Man, I mean, Chiefs are favored by 10. But see, this is why I'm such a fan of this game and of the Chiefs and of the Raiders. I love Hunter Renfrow. Guns likes Josh Jacobs. I can see a pattern for that. I can see game theory leading to that. I think this is going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't think the Chiefs are going to blow them out and win by 10 points. I think Raiders possibly could win this game. It's going to be close. But I feel like it's going to be that close and it's going to be a shootout. And that's why I'm heavy on going with Patrick Mahomes in lineups stacked with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, or at least having one of them. And then running it back. I'm personally running it back with Hunter Renfrow. But Gunn says too, Josh Jacobs, he could have a good game. He could have a monster game. Kansas City's run defense is not that good. So that is a spot you could take too. Hunter Renfrow has been the number one go-to receiver, especially with Waller out for Derek Carr and, Ruggs being gone, etc. Like, he's really the guy that they lean on. Like, what's his name? Brian Edwards has nothing. Chiefs Kingdom, baby. Here we go. We got some little Chiefs Raider back and forth in the chat. I like to see it. But again, I think this is going to be a close game. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a shootout. I can go either way. Again, in DFS, Unlike MLB DFS, like in MLB DFS, if your pitcher gets a win, he gets extra points for that, right? In football, your quarterback doesn't get any extra points for getting a W. All we want is big numbers put up. That's all we care about. Just big numbers put up on the board. And again, I love Renfro. I love Mahomes, Kels, and Hill. So I like doing a stack with Chiefs and running it back with Renfro. Feel like it's going to be a good shootout there. Dallas, Washington. This is an interesting game. I'm really liking Antonio Gibson's coming to himself the way that we thought he was going to be. He's kind of been nagged with little lingering injuries, etc. this season. But man, 48-point total, 4.5 favored by the Cowboys. Not a fan of Zeke. Zeke just hasn't been the same at all this year. Absolutely not at all. Am a fan of Antonio Gibson. Tyler Heineke just continues to show that he is a baller. If you want to get cute and get different, Dak Prescott would be an interesting play if you wanted to play like a Dak, CeeDee Lamb, or Dak with, who else? Gallup. You know, any of those guys. Amari Cooper back. You could stack them. You could run it back with Antonio Gibson. I mean, honestly, I would say you could even, Amy, what's going on? I could say you could even just run Dak Prescott naked. Meaning you don't play him with anybody else. You don't run anybody back. But I am a big fan of having Antonio Gibson in my lineups this week. I think this is a great spot for him. I think this is a smash spot for him, to be honest with you. So that's where I'm at there. Baltimore at Cleveland. This is another spot that I like a defense. I like the Cleveland Browns defense. At home, Lamar is turnover prone. That's where you're going to get those points, right? Possibly looking for maybe a pick 6 even. Take it to the house. Get yourself 6 points for the defense. I'm not a fan of Lamar Jackson this game. Nick Chubb could be an interesting spot. Going to be very low owned. It's a place you could take a shot at. Mark Andrews, no thanks. Mayfield, no thanks. I mean, literally, on this game, Bateman maybe. On this game, I'm literally just looking at Cleveland's defense, and that's it. X everything else out. Rip DT. Who's DT? I don't know who DT is, Amy. I think I heard someone say that the last time, and I think he had like 2 catches the whole game. Who's that? For what say? Oh, Brian Edwards. Yeah, I kind of said I don't think he's going to do anything. He just hasn't any targets. But I believe Renfro will continue to be the beast there. He is the guy in Las Vegas. Atlanta at Carolina. Steve, what's going on? Good morning to you, my man. We got a little back and forth. Chief Raider love in the baby. Thomas, baby, wrong. Yeah, man, that's so sad, dude. A little story before we get into the next game. I still remember when the Broncos went to the Super Bowl. I posted this on a retweet on Twitter or whatever. I still remember when he went to the Super Bowl. His mom had been incarcerated almost his entire life, right? In prison. She got released right before the Super Bowl game, and she got to go see her son play in the Super Bowl. The only game she ever got to see her son play, she got to see in the Super Bowl. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, rest in peace. Way too early, man. Way too early. Sad. Atlanta at Carolina. We got a 41-point total. We got the Panthers favored by 2.5. Again, I'm not going to be a fan of a lot here. Like, there's very few games I'm targeting this week, and I'm trying to do that every week pretty much. I'm trying to eliminate a lot of these guys in these games where we don't really know. There's not a lot of scoring. There's not really any big playmakers. Patterson obviously has been a beast all season, right? But I think he even is a little pricey. I think he can become a trap. I think it's one of those things where you play him, you're expecting that 2 touchdown between receiving and rushing, and he gets you nothing, right? I think this is where that can land. DJ Moore continues to be consistent. I really thought with Cam Newton being in Carolina that our boy Robbie Anderson would see some more love. But, man, he's just not doing it, man. He's not getting anything. He got 4 targets. He got 6 targets 2 weeks before that, but he got 4 targets, only caught 1, 15 yards. I mean, he's always cheap. You can always take a shot if you're looking for a risk shot in a GPP. But again, there's nothing really in this game that sticks out to me. I'm going to exit off. I'm going to stay away from it. We got the New Orleans Saints at the New York Jets. Taysom Hill will be starting. Taysom Hill is an interesting play because he's kind of that, he does a lot of running. He's kind of the less athletic Lamar Jackson, if you will, playing as a quarterback. Alvin Kamara being back, though, I mean, he should see a big game. The issue here is the Jets, they're not great, right? But the Jets' rush defense is the best part of their team. Honestly, it's the best part of their team. Not saying it's elite, but at the same time, it's their best part of their team. They can hold running backs up. Not saying they're going to be able to, but I think they can slow them down. So the question is, can this Alvin Kamara 9K price tag be paid off going up against the Jets defense? Some people even like the Jets defense this week. What up, Robin? How you doing, buddy? Good morning to you, man. No problem, man. You can come in here and chat with the rest of them. Not all these guys play DFS either, but they're just here hanging out. I think most didn't even know I was doing this. I hinted to maybe this morning because I usually do it tomorrow, but I'm going to be going a little getaway again for tonight and going to be watching the fights in Mr. Guns' gun show. So make sure you guys are in the gun show tonight. Make sure if you're on Twitter that you get over to his Twitter page and get that retweet going so you can get those 80 retweets if he hasn't already got it. I haven't even been on Twitter. I just basically tweeted out I was going live and haven't looked at anything else yet today. So I don't know if he's reached it yet or not, but hopefully he should. So we're getting close. I mean, that's about it, man. Alvin Kamara, you could take a shot at Taysom Hill, right? Jets defense is interesting. Saints defense would be interesting too. The problem with the Saints defense and why I'm not talking about the Saints defense is because they are the highest priced defense, and there is many more better defenses for less, so you can save money. You don't have to pay the premium dollar for their defense. Tom T, what's going on, my guy? Hope you're doing well. We're snowed in. We got 15, 17 inches. I can't even get out of my neighborhood. If they haven't come through and plow, I would get stuck. Maybe my next vehicle needs to be a big 4-wheel drive truck, although, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do like a Tesla or if I want to do like a... I don't know, man. I've always wanted a Range Rover. That's like always been my dream vehicle, but I don't know yet. I'm still waiting. I'm sitting on it, man. I'm not rushing anything. Can't anyway right now. I can't get vehicles, and they're way above MSRP for brand new. All right, here's a good spot. New York Giants versus the Chargers. Giants versus the Chargers. They have Keenan Allen and Mike Williams out. The Chargers do. You could still take a shot at Justin Herbert. He's going to run a lot more probably this game. You're going to have a lot of cheap receiver options. Josh Palmer, that Guyton dude, I think is his name. Was it Jake Guyton? Jake Guyton? I think I got it right. Yeah, Jalen Guyton. So Joshua Palmer, Jalen Guyton. I mean, these guys are 5,200, 4,700. But the guy that's going to be the stud here in this game is going to be my guy, Austin Eckler. Looks like he is clear, does not carry any injury designation for Sunday's game. He was a little questionable, but I think we knew how that was going to go. Big bump for me in my fantasy season long because I have him and Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook was almost questionable going into Thursday and smashed. I think this is going to be the same situation here with Mr. Austin Eckler. He's going to have to be the majority ball handler, if you will, playmaker, if you will, for the Chargers. I think Herbert still maybe throws a touchdown pass or two to Palmer or Guyton. Guyton's shown that he can make a big play. He actually, earlier this season, he caught some bomb. I think it was either before halftime or at the end of the game or close to. And caught like a 50-yard, like almost like a Hail Mary jump up with a bunch of guys around him. So he can make big plays. Interested to see, man, what's happened with this guy? What's up with? Remember the old Superman Barkley? This dude was supposed to be the guy, the dude, the man. They showed all of his squat videos, his workout, pulling trucks. He could do this. He was a beast. He was a monster. Their offense, their team is just that terrible that this guy is basically going to waste on this team. Could you imagine this guy on a Dallas Cowboys team with an offensive line like the Cowboys have? Could you imagine what this guy would be doing? I honestly think that this guy is probably more talented, and Zeke is talented. He's a beast. Don't get me wrong. He's a great running back. But my personal take, in my opinion, is that this guy is better than Zeke. More talented, stronger than Zeke. Has that same Zeke ability, but is much stronger than he is. And he just sits on the Giants, and I don't blame him. Yeah. I mean, dude, it's crazy, man. It's just insane. Like, you just can't play him. And I feel bad for people who drafted him, thinking he'd be back. He's going to have a good year. Maybe the Giants went out and got some guys. That's not the case. So, again, my shots, you could look at Herbert. I really love Eckler, though. Like, that's like a circle spot. And a lot of people are going to like him. I mean, it's not a secret. It's not a hidden gem, if you will. I'm not telling you guys. I haven't found the secret sauce that's just going to win you guys $1 million. But if you don't have them, I think you're going to be sorry you didn't, because there's not really many other routes to take for these guys on Sunday afternoon. Detroit at Denver. We got some value news here. Obviously, DeAndre Swift is out. Jamal Williams is out. So they got that Jameer Jefferson. This guy is $5,100. Let me see what he is on Draftkings real quick. Let me pull up his price real quick on Draftkings, so we can see what he costs. Give you a price tag for him. Running back Jefferson. He is $4,000 on Draftkings, which is just absolutely insane. That is like a free square. Even if he doesn't do much, guys, he's basically a free square. I mean, you just plug him in there, you play him, you run with it. I mean, that's what I suggest you do. That would be my take, my plan. Yeah. Yes, sir. Let me just pull some real quick. So I'm just trying to play around with something real quick. All right. So Jamar Jefferson, another guy I really like. Javonte Williams. I knew this guy was gonna be good, gonna be a beast. The problem is he still is kind of in that, and Gordon's questionable. So if Gordon doesn't play, he gets a huge bump here. Javonte Williams gets a huge bump here. I'm a fan of this guy. I really like this dude. I think this dude is a stud. I think he is in a decent spot as well. Other than that, I'm not really a fan of anybody here. I mean, you can pretty much cross the rest of it off. Another game that's going to be popular is going to be Buffalo at Tampa Bay. This game, we got a 54-point total, 35.5 favored by Tampa Bay, by the Bucks. There's a list of people. Leonard Fournette is going to continue to beast here. A lot of people are saying that this is the Tom Brady smash spot. This is where Tom Brady's going to throw 4 to 5 touchdowns. Although I think he can smash, and he obviously can do that. He's shown he can do that in the past. I think that the Buffalo rush defense is not good. They've been exposed. There's been multiple running backs this year that have had their biggest games, most rush yards against Buffalo, smashed against Buffalo. Leonard Fournette, I believe, again, continues to roll and is a monster this week. I would have Fournette locked in almost 100% of my lineups this weekend. Okay? And then as far as you can go Josh Allen, I mean, a great play, a great stack play would be you go in the likes of Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs or Beasley, and then Knox or you just go Allen and Diggs or Allen and Beasley, however you want to do it, and then you run it back with Fournette. You could possibly even, because of the point total, and if this does... Now, guys, remember, Vegas has been wrong many times this year in NFL. The scoring has been way down, right? We've had games that are 50-plus point totals that have ended in 21, 27 point totals. So you got to be careful here. But if... What's up, Bogarts? How you doing, man? If this goes off like it's supposed to, I can see Godwin or Mike Evans also having that upside ceiling game with Leonard Fournette. So I think if I went back here, was it? Maybe they don't have them anymore. Got to go to my different builds. Not sure. Interesting. I'll have to go back and look. But I think you can go with them. So Knox is getting up there in price, though. He is $6K, right? So it is a little spendy for him. Remember I said guys like Gerald Everett are in a decent spot, and Everett is going to be much cheaper. So you could save there. But again, if you're going for that full stack, you go Allen, Diggs, Knox, or Allen, Beasley, Knox, or Allen, Diggs, Beasley. And then you run it back with someone like Fournette, and you could possibly plug in someone like Godwin or Evans. This is one spot where I would say that. What's up, man? How you doing, buddy? Posada, what's up, my man? Let me make sure I give you a little blue in here. You haven't been in my chat for a little while, so I haven't been able to... I've been kind of giving everybody that I know the good old wrench. So let me pull up in my phone and make sure you get that little blue for you, man. Anybody, me and Guns kind of roll that way. Anyone we know gets it. Nobody has to have more power than anyone else, right? In the chat, whatever it is. All right. Whatever people look at it as. So, and then again, you could go the other route. If you want to get away from Fournette, obviously, like I said, Brady is still able to do. He could smash that 4 or 5 touchdown. So you could go something like Brady, Godwin, Gronk, and run it back with Diggs, or Diggs and Beasley, or however you want to do it, man. Good morning, my guy. How you been, man? Good to see you, bud. Foreman versus Jax is a nice, cheap pick. Devontae Foreman you talking about? But yeah, he also has Hilliard still. They're kind of sharing time. Hilliard, I went over that game earlier. Hilliard had like 131 yards and 1 touchdown, but one of them was like an 80-yarder. So if you took that away, really didn't do that much. I mean, obviously he got that touchdown. It's a stat. It's up there. It's not reversed or anything. So, but sometimes you got to look at players and how they did. If you took away that one big play that they did when they're not a player that's typically, again, it's not normal, not usual. Got to put that into effect when you're going forward, right? Is he really going to be able to break another big play like that against whoever they're playing or however it's going? So. Man, Anthony, how you been, man? Good to see you, dude. It's been a long time. A couple guys I haven't seen forever up in here today. Good morning, man. I hope you're doing well. It's been a minute, man. All right. So the last game on the slate, and then we're going to build some lineups like we always do every weekend. Typically, again, I do this stream on Sundays, but I'm going to be busy and in the middle of probably checking out of the hotel tomorrow morning. So I want to make sure I gave you guys where I see things, my insight, the people who like to listen and see what I have to say about the slates, if you will. So we got the San Francisco 49ers at the Cincinnati Bengals. We got to keep an eye on this. Mr. Joe Mixon is questionable. I don't mind him in this spot if he plays. This could be a spot too. Guys, another way you can take advantage sometimes in the DFS world when you're playing fantasy, and this is in any sport, football, basketball, baseball, when a player is questionable and you find out, if you keep an eye on it, you put him in your lineups because you're feeling he's going to play, and you get that news, and that news comes out like a few minutes before the slate locks, and they're like the noon game or whatever time, or it comes out before then, or maybe this is a late game. So maybe you have you put this in your flex. That's why we put these guys in our flex if we can, right? Especially if they got a Q tag and you want to play them. And then have a plan for someone else that's in a late game that's in that price range that's still going to fit, that's not going to mess up your salary. But if he's a go, and he's been kind of iffy and questionable all week, a lot of people are going to stay away from that, right? Just like in NBA or anything else. There's times where there's players like NBA players like a Giannis or somebody. He's questionable, and he's really questionable, and they don't know if he's going to play. And at the last minute, he plays, and he's a later game, and you have another high salary guy, and you take a chance on him. And most people built their lineups, and they didn't account for having a different player in there to then be able to fit Giannis in. So this is like a 4D chess move right here. And then he's in, right? So you have him already, and and then he goes off and he has 70, 80 fantasy points. And he was questionable earlier. It happens, and it happens often. It's not something that's just once in a blue moon. This happens all the time. Because these guys, most of the time when they're questionable, when you're getting it's leaning doubtful, it's going to be a true game time decision, really iffy in the comments of what they're saying up to, that's where the injury is probably a much worse, much more severe. An illness, I mean, an illness could be anything, right? You could have like a tummy ache, or a little cough or whatever, and they're gonna say illness. That's not gonna stop him if he plays from smashing. It's not gonna stop him from smashing. So keep an eye on that. Debo is also questionable with a groin. He has a chance. So when you're seeing things like this, these are probably hinting to closer to probably playing, but not 100%. So Burrow, you could look at a Burrow stack here with like Chase. Higgins is questionable. He just had a big week last week. If Debo is out again this week, look for Brandon Ayuk. There's another guy in here. Mitchell is out. So Eli Mitchell is out for San Francisco. So here we go. We go back to this again, right? Jeff Wilson. This guy burned us before in a spot when he was supposed to. Him and what's his nuts are going to be Hasty will be the primary running backs. You can look at Hasty or Wilson. I think Wilson has the better ability of finding the end zone. Hasty's more of the guy that you have to depend on him breaking a big play. I think Wilson gets more of the carries at the goal line. Yeah, you remember how to play, right? Bogarts, I agree. He's questionable anyway. He wouldn't be on my radar. He's not a guy, even with a Q tag, that I'd be like, ooh, if he plays, I really, really want to play him. I'm just saying, if you're looking at a stack option and that's leaning towards something you want to do, possibly run with it. You know what I mean? So, but Wilson, that's, for me, man, that's going to be about it for the plays. So let's build where's Fester? Somebody tag Fester. Fester always loves to be in here. Or Terry P as well. Let me figure out where Terry P's at. Oh, Amy. I'm just trying to get him in here. These guys are going to miss all this. Maybe they'll watch it back later, so. Oops. I'm liking my own thing because the thing updated. All right, guys, let's get into building. Again, let me show you. So, this is single entry FanDuel. Single entry FanDuel. This is a GPP single entry, 10,001 to 50,000. This is what it spit out right as of right now with my projections. This is what they have landed for the lineup. So Patty Mahomes, Javonte Williams, Leonard Fournette, Tyreek Hill, Renfro, Beasley, Travis Kelce. So you're seeing that stack running it back with Renfro, Wilson, and Houston Texans. So let's build that, and then I'll show you this is the FanDuel optimize fantasy cruncher optimizer. This is where they're showing they got Mahomes in there again, but they don't have it stacked with anybody. It's kind of weird. And then they got Kelce here without Kelce. So, all right, guys, let's run it. I like Cam, DJ Moore, Eckler, Jacobs, Diggs, Guyton, and Cooper. Nice, man. Yeah. Cam would be interesting because nobody's going to be on him this week, right? Nobody's going to be on him. All right, let's build this FanDuel lineup, then we'll build our Draftkings lineup. So the question is, do we want to take that Jefferson value with Detroit to save ourselves some money at, what was he, 5,100? Do we do him or do we do Wilson? We got to probably land one of those guys, right? So we can have salary. So we got Jefferson at 51. We got Wilson Jr. at 49. Guys, this is where you guys get to participate now. This is where you guys get involved. Building this lineup together with your guys. I build lineups all the time. I've built plenty already this week. I'm just doing this with you. I need your guys' input. So there's my man Fester. What's up, brother? Good morning to you, man. All right. So we're going to go Wilson. All right, for our value running back. That's going to be our value running back, okay? We need that salary savings. So now, which quarterback do we want to run with? Do we want to run with Allen? Do we want to go Mahomes, Herbert, Brady, Prescott, Taysom Hill, Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, Tannehill, Heineke, Burrow? Who do we want to build this with? Who do we want to build this lineup with? This is a single entry, by the way. Single entry. All right, Fester. So be the breaker. Cam or Dak? Gun says Carr if you want to win. Gun's got to stand behind his. He's got to be a homer and stand behind his team, and even in the fantasy build. I like it, man. I like the Raider heart. I mean, that is an interesting take. Carr will be very low owned. I've played Carr plenty of times in the past. Plenty of times in the past. All right, Fester, we need you to give us to kind of be this breaker of these options here. So we got Cam, Dak, or Carr. Which one you want to run with, Fester? You can be the breaker between them. But I need your input, my man. I'm in Anatote. Oh, nice. Yeah, man, it's been a minute, Anthony. I hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you, dude. Good to see you, man. Fester, you still there? Well, so again, we will decide our receivers once we decide our quarterback. I like to start with my quarterback so I know what receivers then we're gonna play and who we're gonna stack it with. That's how I personally build. I like Dak over Cam for sure. No Carr love. Carr 72. Dak 81. So then, would you be a fan of what receiver do you want to stack a receiver with Dak, or you want to run him naked? And then the other question is, do you want to have Antonio Gibson in this lineup running it back? Anyone else can give input too. I'm just I wanted him to be the breaker of because we're having so many different deals. Cam will run in one or two, but won't necessarily help receivers. The problem is Cam burned me, man, and that's partially my issue. Is when I get burned by a quarterback and he does absolutely nothing, I have a hard time going back to him. Very hard time going back to him. Because he should have ran one or two in that other week, and he did nothing. It was crap. Like, they were a disaster. I forget who it was against. It was a couple weeks ago. So, do you want to stack any receivers with Dallas? You want Cooper? You want to stack them? Amy said just like Teddy. Yeah, I have a hard time, man. A very hard time. So you like Cooper over Lamb or Gallup? Not that we want to be game log whores, but he had 9. He's had 10, 8, 9 targets. That could change, obviously. We don't want to be, but he's had 5, 4, 2 targets. Scalp's much cheaper. It's up to you guys, man. You guys let me know. What you guys want to do? You guys have an idea of what defense, maybe, so we can kind of get a better gauge on our salary available? I don't know that we have to pay up all the way again. I don't know that the Saints for 5,000 are worth that price tag. I mean, I get it. They're playing the Jets, but the Jets will probably show up this week. Titans, not too bad. Still spendy. Broncos, I like the Browns at 4,100. I personally think the Browns are probably the best defense for that price. Packers aren't on this slate, my brother. Packers play what, Sunday night or Monday night? So this is just the noon and the 3 o'clock games. This is what they call the main slate. Yeah, Packers play at night, Sunday night. That game would be Sunday night. Why don't we go Carr then? Let's build a lineup with Carr. You know what? Let's go with Carr. We're gonna since Guns is in the house, we're gonna do a Carr lineup. So you like I think most of us like Renfro, right? To stack him with, we're running him. And we can run that tight end too if you want. I'm a fan of Foster with Waller out. I'm a fan of him. Only got 3 targets last week, but I think they go back to him more. I think they need him a little bit more. And then I think we probably got to run a KC player back. So do we run Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Do we do Tyreek Hill? Do we do Travis Kelce? Who do we run? I like both teams. I got a Chiefs hat on. I mean, they're going to both put up points. They're going to both put up points. So all we care, again, personally, that's not like my main team. I just want these guys to put up points. They don't get any extra points for a W, fortunately, in DFS. All right. So what defense are we going to plug in here? Yeah, the gun. We'll call this the gun special. TZ Rip gun special. Zip. So we could do that. We could take him out, and we could do this. We could even do like a Kelce Hill and a Carr Renfro. We could do something like that, which is different. See, most people, when they build these, when they stack either way, they're going to go Carr, Renfro, Foster with their quarterback. They're going to run it back with either a Hill or a Kelce, typically. We could do Carr and Renfro, and then we could run back Hill and Kelce. Or we could just run one of them back. But I agree. I think Guns is right. Carolina defense against Atlanta. They're just so expensive, though. I mean, they're the second highest. Do we really think that that's going to put up that many more points than, say, the Denver at home against Baltimore, against the Lamar prone turnover guy? I mean, I don't care. This is your guys' lineup. It's just you're paying $700. You got to ask yourself, is $700 worth it? Are they going to score enough points to make that $700 difference worth it? Yeah, if it's a shootout, I think that's a good way to do it. We've talked about this in the past. Who's 2,800? Carolina's 4,800 on FanDuel. This is a FanDuel one. We're going to do DraftKings next. We're on FanDuel right now. FanDuel, they're $4,800. On DraftKings, they're probably 2,800. Yes, they're 2,800 on DraftKings. We're doing the FanDuel lineup right now. So we're going to do DraftKings next. But guys, what defense do we want? Which defense do you want? Yeah, no, it's cool, man. We're going to do DK next, though, brother. I got you. We're going to do DK next. For sure. It's all good, my man. Mine's at 22 out due to illness. Go Broncos. I ran deck on Draftkings. Yeah. I just built like a car one on DraftKings. Personal, I did Carr, Jefferson, Javonte Williams, Cole Beasley, Gallup, Renfro, Kels, Fournette, and Browns defense. All right, guys. All right, Amy, have a good one. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you. I did a gun special in DraftKings real quick while I'm waiting for you guys to let me know what defense we're gonna play. Yeah, I just think you like Tom's theory. Yeah. Right. All right. Let's just do that to save the money. Maybe we can play Carolina in the DraftKings one that we do. All right, guys. So we have almost $7,000, just under $7,000 in salary left. The question now is, what running backs do we like? Are we going to do 2 more running backs? 1 more in the running back position and 1 more in the flex? Are we going to take a shot with Eckler? Are we going to pay down for Fournette? What are you guys thinking? Javonte Williams sticks out to me. James Robinson. We're not going to play 2 cheap ones, though. What up, Paul? We're good, man. We're just building our FanDuel one. We're doing a gun special, a Derek Carr, because of that shootout game. High point. So we're doing that with Renfro and then Tyreek Hill and Kels running it back. All right, we're doing Browns D. So, who do we like here, running back? I think Fournette's just in too much of a smash spot. Man, Barkley would be a big GPP play, but I just got done saying I think he's worthless on this team right now. Like, I think he's just absolutely worthless. I mean, I know the ownership's going to be probably much higher, but I would rather pay $300 more for somebody in the likes of, like, Leonard Fournette in this position. You know, at that price. All right, Tom. Appreciate you, my guy. Yeah, I know, right? Good luck to me. I'm missing my coffee right now. I can tell you that. Hopefully the roads get plowed here soon. I mean, it stopped snowing at 3 a.m. I figured I'd wake up and at least the neighborhood streets would be plowed. They normally plow all night. This is the first time it snowed like this all season. And we're damn near second week in December. Right, but we don't want to play. The problem is, Bogarts, we don't want to play our running back with our quarterback. That doesn't correlate properly. Yes, he could throw a dump pass touchdown to him, but when the quarterback hands it off to Jacobs, we're minimizing our upside for our score, because if our quarterback and a running back and he's handing off and Jacobs gets a touchdown running it, targets no points for that. Now, if he throws one to him, that's why you correlate the quarterback with the receiver, because he throws a pass, he gets the touchdown points for the pass, the yards. The receiver gets a touchdown, reception, yards, etc. That correlates. Doesn't correlate. Yeah, Shaq would be just tough, man. Who do you guys, man? I need your input. Where's Fester at? Come on, guys. We're almost there. Then we'll do our DraftKings one, and then we can move on with our day, if you will. Again, let me show you what my new optimizer showed for the GPP single entry lineup. That's what that spit out. This is FanDuel for Fantasy Cruncher. 3 lines. Should I start on Mooney or Lions running back? I would say the Lions running back, because even though they have a ton of guys out, he's going to have to see all of the carries. He's going to be the primary there. I mean, there's nobody else that really will be fitting in for him. So unless he gets hurt early, I think he's well above Mooney this week, in my opinion. So we do this. We go flex. We put Fournette in here because he's a late gamer too. That leaves us 4,100. Do we even have a receiver at 4,100 that fits a bill? Do we even have that? I don't think we do. No. So we can't have, unless we take Hill out or Kels out and go cheaper, that won't work. Guyton is too expensive. Now, we could do Guyton and get away from Eckler. And then that would leave us 8,100. And then we can do Patterson, Gibson, 7,400. We could pay up at defense then if we wanted to. You know, Gibson, Chubb, Patterson, which I don't like against Carolina. That's not a good spot. Well, Eckler's not going to fit the bill anyway, unless we change Hill or Kels. He's saying go with Patterson? I mean, it would be a good GPP play. It's a single entry, though, but... What do you guys think? You think Paul's put Guyton in there and then do something like Patterson? Or even Chubb? I mean, I know Baltimore's tough. They're the best rush defense, but Chubb is a monster, too. Have they played yet, Baltimore, this year? They did. Yeah, he didn't do much. Never mind. He did not do much at all. What do you guys think? You guys want to take a stab with him? It leaves us 300 on the table. Let me see who we have at 5,500 at receiver, just to see if there's anyone better. So Crowder, Callaway, Robbie Anderson, Marvin Jones, Bateman, Chenault, Chubb. Go. All right, we'll do Patterson. We'll be different, man. That's fine. That's good. That's what we want to be. I mean, this is single entry GPP, so it's a little more cashy, but that's what you want it to be. So we could go Seattle. Oh no, we can't go Seattle. We're gonna leave 300 on the table. We're gonna leave 300 on the table because anyone else, if they were trying to build this lineup, is going to try to use up all their salary. You can leave salary on the table if it makes sense. Leave salary on the table. It's fine. Sometimes, some weeks, like in NBA, when there's so much value, sometimes you can leave 1,000 to 1,500 on the table and still win. Because people try to fill it and playing guys that are overpriced, that are not in good positions. That's where all the numbers come involved in DFS. Gotta analyze it on the number side. What makes sense, right? All right, so we're gonna plug this bad boy in. It's a bad boy killer right here. This is the gun special, we're gonna call this. So we have Carr, Wilson, Patterson, Renfro, Hill, Guyton, Kels, Fournette, Browns defense. I actually really like that lineup. If Carr shows up and that game is indeed a shootout, this should be a monster lineup. Should be. We need help from Patterson. He needs to show up. Fournette, I don't think we have to worry about. Wilson will need a little help from too. We might need to say a prayer because we just never know with him what's going to happen. All right, let's do this. Let's build our... Let's do another single entry. The $1, 20K $1 single entry right here. All right. So, which running back? Let's start with this. Are we going to go with... So, Jefferson is 4,000. Wilson's 4,400. Are we going to stick with Wilson on this? Just on the one value guy? For the GPPs? Jefferson's a better overall play, but GPP-wise, probably going to be more owned like in DFS. So, Mark, I appreciate you stopping in as well, man. Good to see you. If you ever want to come hang out again, we typically do these on Sunday mornings, but I am going to be busy tomorrow morning, so you can follow me on Twitter. All the things are up there. You can send me messages, DMs, whatever. If you have questions, you can do that tomorrow. Any of you guys can do that tomorrow, too. Which quarterback you want to do? I like Patterson. Chubb went nuts on Ravens last year one time. I think he was hurt when they played earlier. Well, they just played literally like a week or two ago. They just played. So, and he did nothing. He did absolutely dog crap. So what do we want to build here on this one? Are we going to go with a car lineup again? Are we going to flip the script and go Mahomes? Are we going to build a different quarterback? What do you guys want for the DK lineup? Dak or Cam, Bogart says. He says Dak or Cam. I know Fester said he built a Dak lineup, so I'm assuming he's liking Dak as well. Maybe naked. I think we maybe just play him naked here. You guys let me know if you want to talk me differently. I don't mind the Cooper thing, but I'm leery of Cooper right now. I just don't know. He hasn't been targeted more than 3 or 4 times in a game, which that could mean something, that he's going to actually get massive targets. I think his issue now is he's shadowed by CeeDee Lamb, right? And Gallup's now back, and the tight end, Jarwin, and Schultz. They got 2 good tight ends there as well. So let's run. I'm thinking let's run him naked. I don't mind. You want to do Carolina defense, even though we're kind of thinking we like Patterson this week, or do we want to stick with like the Browns? So it's $100 difference. Browns are $2,700. Panthers are $2,800. Or we could do a Herbert lineup and put like Guyton or somebody and get away from Eckler. Guyton or Palmer. We could do Guyton and Palmer even. That would give us huge salary savings. Let me just see some once. You see, I like Dak too. Don't get me wrong. Let me just see something real quick. $3,400. $3,000. Look at this. What if you did a Herbert, Guyton, Palmer stack, and you don't run anyone back, right? You don't run anybody back from the Giants, because that's sometimes the way you should do things to get different once again. We don't have to play both. We can just play one. Yeah, they're both. Palmer and Guyton are both going to be the receiver 1 and 2. So that's what I'm saying. You could almost play them both at that price. Oh, I think Williams is out. Pretty sure Williams is out. Mike Williams right here. C19. Friday was placed on reserve list. Wednesday is being deemed as close contact teammate. Oh, he should place on... Never mind, you're right. Says he should play. Okay. Let's just go Guyton then. Just go Guyton then. You're right. Williams should play, it says. Should play. So I almost wonder if we shouldn't play Williams and Guyton then. Right? Because Williams should be beasting if he plays. It says Mike Williams should be playing. He's out right now. So here, let me show you. Like right now it says C19. Right? But it says right here. Should play Sunday against the Giants. As long as he gains clearance as hoped, he should be busy Sunday while heading a Week 14 wideout corps. That will include Guyton and Josh Palmer. So, oh, you're good, man. I get where you'd see that. So, or do we want to do them both, Williams and Guyton, or do we just want to do Guyton? What do you guys want to do here? You tell me. No, you're good, man. That's why we do this too, so we can this stuff. Left my car on. Guyton for savings. He had 2 negative tests as long as his next negative. Yeah, okay. All right, so which defense, guys? Carolina Browns. They're $100 difference. But if we play Carolina, then we don't not want to play Patterson in this lineup, which I don't know if we were going to anyway. We just did it on FanDuel, but we don't necessarily have to do that on DK. I do think we do have to get a piece. I think we have to stack within the stack the KC and Raider game. I mean, I think that's a big thing to do here. So you do like Renfro. Put Kels in there. He wants Carolina. Yeah, we'll do Carolina. I'm down with it. And me. All right. So it's that. Fournette. 7,400. What other receiver do you guys want? Beasley, maybe? That would leave us 6,400 in the flex. Okay. So here's where we could do something like Josh Jacobs. We're not playing him. We could do a little special here with we could do a little Jimmy Gunn special right here in the lineup as well. We do a Herbert with Guyton. We do Wilson, Josh Jacobs. We could have Renfro and Jacobs because, again, if that's a shootout and they're the two players that are involved in that 50 or in that 24, 27 point total. Possibly, but again, we got scam Cam Newton. I don't know, man. I don't know how much of a fan I am of him. I love DJ Moore. Don't get me wrong. I almost wish Sam Darnold was throwing to him, right? I mean, let's see. What's his price tag? 6,200. So you could do this. We could do this. I mean, if you want, you could do that. So then we only have the one. So we do Herbert, Wilson, Jacobs, Guyton, DJ Moore, Cole Beasley, Travis Kelce, Leonard Fournette, Panthers defense. You could do that, or you could switch out Moore for Renfro, and you could have two Raiders, like a receiver. I don't typically like to have the running back and receiver together. I don't play them together I typically don't if the quarterback is same team. But in a shootout, even with the quarterback, it could pan out where it could work. Like in smaller contests, like I think even Fester said in like a noon only game, somebody had like the quarterback, running back, and the receiver. And that's possible. That's the highest scoring game in a minimal contest. The problem with this main is there's so many contests. But that's possible for that to happen where they're the highest scorers, between all three of them because they just all go off. It can happen. It can happen in the main too, but it's just it's not going to happen as often. So what do you guys think? Give me some input. Fester probably lost his internet again. That's what you got. Justin Herbert, Josh Jacobs, Jeff Wilson, DJ Moore, Cole Beasley. So we got the stack inside of the game, which is pretty dope. Henderson. Paul, who are you referring to on Henderson? Oh, I was just saying. So I had Renfro in here where DJ Moore was, but we had the money for DJ Moore. So I say you could either go DJ Moore or you could have Renfro here and you'd have 100 extra on the table just to sit there. You're good, man. Don't worry about it, man. So what I got is Herbert, Jacobs, Wilson, DJ Moore. We switched Moore with Renfro. But you could go to Renfro there. Beasley, Guyton, Kels, Fournette, Panthers. Daryl Henderson? DJ Henderson. What the heck is DJ Henderson? Oh, I don't know who DJ Henderson is. Yeah, that's how I submitted it. I put it in there. So, all right. And let me show you guys one more time. So the optimizer I'm using now. Boom. That's FanDuel. That's single entry GPP. It's a Draftkings single entry GPP. We got the Fantasy Cruncher. It's the regular off their projections. Draftkings off their projections. What are you talking about? DJ Henderson. Oh, Daryl Henderson? The Rams aren't on this slate, buddy. Rams play on Monday night, dude. Rams play... Which Draftkings? This one? Like the Fantasy Cruncher or what? You gotta tell me which Draftkings thing you're referring to. The actual Draftkings page or the Fantasy Cruncher? Again, this is not touching anything. Wait a minute. This has the Packers in there. Why did that throw the games in there? This is showing all... Hang on. That's not right. Got the Packers in there. Good thing I saw that. I saw Packers and I'm like, why are the Packers in there? All right. Hang on. I'm going to put it back on there. Just give me a second. I'm going to make sure this is... Oh, this has all of them too. Stupid. Why did they do that? I usually check that, but I thought it was already set. So that's FanDuel with the main slate. This is that DraftKings. This is with main, just the main games, which looks a little bit more, looks a little more sense, but they have Kamara and Callaway, which is weird. They do have DJ Moore in there. They have Seahawks, Cowboys, Panthers defense. Prescott, Tannehill, Prescott, Jeff Wilson, Hunter Renfrow, DJ Moore, Jared Cook, Debo, if he plays. All right, you good now, or you still need it? I'll go see if I can get my coffee yet. See if the road's been plowed. I haven't heard any trucks come through, which is ridiculous. What? Yeah, have they plowed yet? Okay. That's crazy. When are they going to plow? I might just try to plow through. I don't know. All right, guys. Make sure you run a deck lineup. All right. No, I'm not going there tonight. I'm just getting a room, just hanging out, watching the fights and whatnot. So, all right, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to hit me up. Send me messages, DMs, what have you. It was fun hanging out with you guys this morning. Again, typically we do these on Sundays, but I won't be available to do it tomorrow morning. So, everybody take care. God bless. Appreciate y'all. Love